Well, guess this. You know that it takes more pressure to make a diamond. Okay? And this is exactly what happens to carbon. But you need pressure. We need something that's going to wake us out of our stupor. When Christians begin to see black Christians getting shot by white Christians, they'll no longer become Christians. When black Muslims, black Islamics began to see light-skinned or Semitic Muslims and white Muslims firing on them, they'll begin to stop being Muslims. You begin to see that there is a definite pattern to the madness, and that what they have masked, their racist and their racism has been masked so long that it's going to come to the surface. The thing is that black people have been lulled to sleep. And the thing is that only a few of us have made awake, and a lot of us are running along with the sleeping bodies and trying to jostle them awake. Very few of us see what time it is, know what time it is, but better yet, act on what time it is. You could see what time it is, you could know what time it is, but are you acting on what time it is? Very few are acting on the time. And very few of us have the ability to act on the time. They have not been taught. They have not been given the skills. They've been taught based upon maybe YouTube giving them a few clues, but they have not yet understood and overstood and understood what it means to act on that knowledge. And you see, I feel your frustration. I know what it is. The only thing that will begin to jostle us out of our sleep is when the reality hits us, that they're kicking the doors in, and they have us grouped together, and we're walking around, they're taking us out in trucks, and that's when it's going to come and dawn on them. Right now, they have their television, they got their church, and they got their Pastor Pigfeet, all of them telling them Jesus is the way and the whole 9 yards. You have to remember that you are in an end-time paradigm. This is the end-time paradigm. All of this got to come down. You're just looking at it. You're a witness. You see what time it is. You know what time it is, and you're acting on what time it is. These other people, they are in the time that is coming down. They don't see it. For them, it's just another trial to give them more strength in faith in Jesus. So understand that you're working against things that you have to wait until. Imagine how long I had to wait for the 30 years while I was helping to build the underground metaphysical community to get them into the metaphysics of understanding how the mind works and all this kind of stuff on our level, from the street level up. Imagine what it was like to see just one or two people out of the 30 people invited actually get it. But now I can look around, and the different things that I used to talk to people about that were alien to them, it's common knowledge now. It's old school now. It's something people are adapting to. It's become the language. It's part of the lexicon. I'm seeing that. I've seen that growth. No, we're not done yet. There is a whole new seed of consciousness that we are not aware of. Just like you're not aware of what the seed is doing when it's planting its root to sprout through the ground. When that seed is planted, you don't see it. You don't know what's going on. But something's happening. When that seed is planted in your belly, beloved, and that baby is starting to work, you don't know what's going on. You don't see what's going on. It's inside. And that's exactly what's happening. There's an embryo growing. We don't see it. It's in the mind. And that's what's dangerous to this new world order. That embryo is not yet seen, and they're trying to kill the innocent before it is born. That's why they're putting all these poisons in the food. They're trying to kill the innocent. This is the same story of Herod in their Bible. Find the divine ones. Find the crystal babies. Find all the different ones that's coming through here now. Kill them off. Kill them in the womb. Turn them into homosexuals so that they will become homosexuals and not really care about even following and carrying on. And maybe their generation is supposed to bring the crystal children in here or the Messiah here back. No. They know what time it is. They're putting the billions of dollars in to try to suppress the next time. It ain't gonna work. How you gonna change a time that's come? Who are they? They think they're God? No. They're in their own delusion, and I'm watching their delusion every day, taking insects and trying to make people out of insects and creatures. That sounds like a child who's got a puzzle in front of them and don't know where the hell to put the pieces.
It does. It does.
They're very smart.
But for this parasite, which is what it is, I have to change my I guess I want to say frustrations and my sadness, because, here it is. I'm thinking that I was born in the best time in the world in the 70s because I had disco, and was aware of things in the 50s because that's what was on TV all the time. And then I came up in the era of Michael Jackson. I really was under the impression that I was born in the best time because I had both sets of great music. Mm-hmm. But now when I think about it, as you stated, these are end times, and we're not talking about biblical, end. We're talking about, what this parasite has accomplished and what they're doing. Mm-hmm. I really do. I can't stop feeling this, or at least thinking it, that I never thought that I'd be so saddened at the time that I was born. I mean, I can only imagine in my head just the building of the pyramids, and just as important, what they were thinking, how they were thinking, and why they were thinking that. We're talking trivium, quadrivium. Mm-hmm. We are talking binary. Mm-hmm. I mean, this thinking, this is incredible thinking, and just the thought alone that damn, I wasn't even there. I mean, I just to be in this cesspool, and to even on a really beautiful day, Dr. Valentine, to look up at the sky and see just how pretty it is, but then to stop back and drop your head and realize that you in a swamp. it just makes me. I don't know. I'm sorry.
No. Your frustration is well accepted, and I understand and understand. But again, you are looking at it based on the eyes and lens that they've given you to look at yourself. Again, it is the projection. They have projected upon you exactly what you're projecting out into the world and what you're seeing reflected back to you. That's what I was speaking about to the other brother. These people are manipulating us through fear and making us believe that the end time paradigm is the end time for everything. This is the end for the beginning. It is the end for the beginning. And sister, you chose a great time to come back, because you chose to come back to help clean up the mess that we made that started the treadmill and the downward slide to this particular point. Know that we are not estranged or separate from what we have come back to karmically face in the past or of our past. So, yeah, we may have built pyramids, but what did we build that created this creature? What did we do to us? What have we done?
Yeah, because, I think we can say in a nutshell, Dr. Valentine, that there is a Freddy Krueger and there is a vampire. There's such thing as the two.
Yeah. And more than you know. Advantage of this quantum, and we take over and survive. Well, this is what it is. It's just like any entity or creature that wants to survive, just like any other thing that they show you, these monsters that somehow be sleeping like alien, and it has to survive by feeding on certain things and certain people. Well, that's exactly what this European has been. He has been a parasite. There's no other word. He is a very sophisticated parasite, but he has taken from the planet resources, materials, blood. He has taken everything, genes, the genetics. He's codified everything, and he has lived off of it. He's blood-sucked it for the last 250 years, going on 1,000 years. He has blood-sucked everything, to the point now where the host is emaciated, it's laying on critical, it's on life support, and he now wants to jump to the paradigm that those that he's been calling savages, those that he's been calling primitive, he's now found out that, hey, guess what? Primitive might be a good idea at this point, because what we're doing is pretty much screwing up everything on the planet. So what we're going to do is now adopt a new kind of neo-primitivism, and we're going to interface that with who we are, and hopefully that nature won't recognize me when I step into that new quantum. But you've already been recognized. You can't be but what you are. Okay, the European psyche, you can't give him anything because in the event he has it, his psyche has to express what that is through him. He cannot be given anything. He cannot be given the life forms to protect. He cannot be given nature to protect because it's not in his nature to do that. Right. He does not communicate with nature, you see. So I know I'm going on about certain things, but again, do not fall for the fear-mongering. Do not fall for the end of the world chicken little bullshit. All of this is his way of making sure that the fear factor is high, even putting up a whole new program for you to deal with fear factor. Fear is what this bastard feeds on. That's what the parasite needs. He needs your blood and your fear. And he has got this thing rolling out at juggernaut speeds. So what you have to do is step off of that treadmill and examine who you are outside of the context that he's given you to examine yourself in.